Well, I mean, I think most CrossFit gyms are pretty great. Maybe some exceptions. KCF CrossFit has stood out for me though for a few different reasons. Everyone talks about community, and it's kind of an overused word in CrossFit, I think. But truly, it is a pretty exceptional group of people and a great community here.
All right, guys, welcome back to the KCF Conversations podcast. Today I'm joined by Casey Anderson. Casey, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me.
All right, so Casey, let's go way back and just kind of tell us a little bit about your background. Where are you from? Where'd you grow up? All that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I'm a Seattleite. I went to elementary school, high school, college in Seattle. Lived in California a couple times.
Okay.
When I was younger, but yeah, I consider myself totally a Seattleite. I was born in Seattle.
Born in Seattle, okay.
Yeah, proud Husky. Went to Nathan Hale High School. I grew up in kind of the Wedgwood area in northeast Seattle, and then we bought a house where we brought our kids up about 10 blocks away. So
oh wow,
I didn't go very far. Yeah. So then for the last 20 years, we've had a weekend place in Port Ludlow, and we're getting ready to break ground on a big remodel, and then in 8 or 9 months, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be done, and then we'll move over there full time, and then I'll commute, somewhat into Seattle, somewhat virtual kind of job situation. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Growing up, what kinds of things were you into? Sports and hobbies and things like that?
Yeah, I've run really all my adult life. I mean, since I was in high school. I've enjoyed fishing and music and a lot of things, but I was never actually, when I was younger, I was never a great athlete. I don't know. I mean, I wasn't tall enough to be a fast runner. I tried track. I was horrible. I tried swimming. It was like last every time. I tried golf. I'm marginal. I got a JV letter. My son went to Nathan Hale, and he lettered all 4 years.
In golf?
In track and in cross country. I'm like,
okay.
I got a JV letter. But I was super proud of him. But I just, I never excelled when it came to athletics or sports when I was a kid. It's when I became an adult, I just became much more, fit. So I don't know why that is, but it just happened later in life.
Yeah, I mean, it happens for a lot of folks. What'd you study at the UW?
English with a writing emphasis. Okay. After I wanted a broad degree because I didn't know what the hell I was going to do.
Right.
So then I went to Japan for a couple of years and lived and taught English.
Oh, wow.
Came back and got into advertising. So
advertising. Okay, so you work for a local TV station?
Yeah. So actually, I worked at King 5. I worked in radio prior to that.
Okay.
I worked at King 5 for about 9 years. About 14 months ago, I went on my own kind of self-imposed sabbatical. And so I've had 14 glorious months, but I thought I was going to do something different. I looked at a lot of different things, and I feel really fortunate to have had this opportunity. My wife's been super supportive and great, but I'm going back to King.
Okay.
So
did they hold a position for you there, or
No.
did you leave there going, man, I hope there's something?
No. I mean, I really didn't know what I was going to do. Honestly,
Okay.
I was just going to see where life led me, and they wanted me to come back. I wanted to go back. It's a great product. It's a great company. I love the people. So I started on the 27th. I'm pretty excited. It's a sales role, so advertising, sales, and
so you have nothing to do with cameras or anything like that.
No, mostly not. No, yeah. I'm a behind the scenes guy.
There you go. All right. You're not getting ready to be on air.
No. Well, and I couldn't have a beard if I was on air, and that's just a deal breaker.
That's a deal breaker.
Yeah.
So while you were there, before you went on your sabbatical or whatever you want to call it, over the last few years, I do recall you would pop in here and there when you were going. You guys were coming over to go to your place over in Port Ludlow.
Yeah.
And you'd pop in and you'd do some workouts with us here every once in a while. Where were you working out previously when you were living in Seattle full time?
Yeah. So you may know him, Aiden Malady. I don't know. He's a great friend of mine, but he actually was my first CrossFit coach. There was a gym inside Rain Fitness that he owned called Prime, and it was a small CrossFit gym within a gym, kind of.
Got it.
And I was super nervous at first and almost barfed a couple times. And then I was like, I don't know if this is for me. And then I just got into it. And, he kind of changed my trajectory when it comes to fitness. And so I credit him a ton with that. And then I went to Q, which was close to my office. Yeah. And people from Rain Fitness and Prime started a new gym. And so it was really close to work. So I went there. And then, and then I would come back and forth, come in here just on a punch card because I wasn't full time.
Right.
And but that's kind of where it started. So I guess, technically I've been at 4 CrossFit gyms, and I've been doing this for about 8 years.
8 years now. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, a few months ago, you shared a photo with Mandy that she ended up sharing on our social media, and it was kind of a before and after photo, and it was a pretty stark contrast of Casey, I don't know how long ago, and then kind of where you're at currently. What was the timeline on that? Do you remember?
Yeah, I think that it was like 15 years.
15 years ago.
It was a fair chunk of time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And were you doing anything fitness-wise at that time in your life?
Yeah. I was running. I was doing. I've always gone to a gym, but the reason CrossFit works for me and the reason I really enjoy it is because I need to be told what to do.
Got it.
Because otherwise, I'll just go through and do the same thing over and over again and not make any progress.
Right.
So I need to be in a class setting where there's someone coaching it and I can, follow and also then have a good balance of all different types of movements and So that's. But I've always been into physical fitness. However, at that time, around the time that picture was taken, I had 2 young boys, and that makes it harder. And so I wasn't able to probably do as much as I wanted. So I guess I'm making up for it now.
Yeah, there you go. Do you know what the weight difference was between those 2 pictures approximately?
Yeah, it's probably like 20 pounds.
20 pounds.
Maybe
okay.
18 pounds.
You can definitely see it in your face. Like you can definitely see your face is a little bit more round in that first picture.
Yeah.
So with regard to improving your fitness and losing some weight, what were the biggest steps that you took besides joining the CrossFit gym? Were there any other steps that you took to facilitate that change?
So you say besides CrossFit. CrossFit was the kind of anchor of it all.
Yeah.
But I also really focused hard on trying to adjust my diet.
Okay.
And get rid of some bad habits, which, I've not totally gotten rid of. That's kind of hard.
Yeah.
I've changed a lot when it comes to diet. And honestly, I don't know, weirdly, when the pandemic hit, it wasn't like I was all freaked out, but I was kind of stressed. I kind of lost my appetite, and I lost about another 10 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Just,
okay.
I don't know, because. And so I've kept most of it off, and I'm kind of just in the zone where I want to be, weight-wise.
Now, when you guys moved over to Port Ludlow sort of full-time, was that during the pandemic or was that before?
It was during, because, the pandemic hit, March? I left my job at King in July.
Oh, okay.
And then it was just kind of several months of me just kind of doing what I wanted to do and hiking with my dogs and going back and forth. But then I got this seasonal part-time job at the nursery next door that was like February through July. And so I had to be here full-time. Mm-hmm. And then I'm like, why go back? Because we sold our house and we have a rental that's close to where our old house was in Seattle. But I don't know. My wife was coming over a lot, and like, why go back to a rental in the city when I can be out here?
Yeah.
So I've been here pretty full time, and so I'll be back in Seattle more now while we're remodeling. But then, like I said, I'll be back here 100% of the time soon-ish.
Got it. Okay. This
I know, it's a little confusing.
This is the last year. Well, for everything, the last year and a half, I'm just trying to find myself constantly trying to think like, when was that? Was that before the pandemic or was that after it started? I can't remember. But suffice it to say, for the last about a year, you've been a regular staple here at KCF CrossFit.
Absolutely.
And we have seen you just kind of progress in your time here. Your improvement in double unders, getting your first muscle up, and those types of things. What has that experience been like now that you've been here sort of full time?
Yeah. Well, I think most CrossFit gyms are pretty great. You know, maybe some exceptions. KCF CrossFit has stood out for me though for a few different reasons. Everyone talks about community, and it's kind of an overused word in CrossFit, I think. But truly, it is a pretty exceptional group of people and a great community here. You know, in Seattle, it's so fragmented because there are so many gyms. It's like everyone's hyping their community, and it's all kind of blends together. This is just unique, and you've been here for a long time, and so a lot of these people have a lot of history. Super positive coaching staff and pros. I made some great friends here.
Awesome.
There's been nothing negative at all.
Awesome.
About my experience here. So I'm looking forward to being back full time, when we're back here.
Yeah.
Full time.
Yeah. It's always been our mission. The gym that my wife and I started at when we first got our first experience in CrossFit was, I'd like to say it's very much like this, right? It was when we started, the first thing we noticed was just how close knit everyone was.
Yeah.
And when we wanted to open our gym, our goal was to open a gym that everyone felt close knit with. Like the people you hang out with are the people that you are working out with and sweating with and doing all that kind of stuff.
Right.
So
well, and the other thing for us is while we've been in Port Ludlow part-time for about 20 years and have great friends in our area and neighborhood and some family out here, but also I want to meet new people, right? And because we're going to be here soon all the time, and we'll go into Seattle somewhat, but so I've been just sort of a great benefit to doing stuff like this is meeting people, and so that's been really great too.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you're getting ready to head back over to Seattle. You'll be over there. I guess you'll be over there full time.
Mostly
between now and when you get to move back into your place in Port Ludlow.
Yeah.
What's your fitness plan over there?
Well, I just went to Q. I restarted my kind of partial-ish membership there. And I'm just kind of balancing a couple things, and so I'll be there about 75% of the time.
Okay.
So about 25-30% of the time I'll be in Port Ludlow. So I'll be coming back here, and then and Q's been great too. I mean, I started there when they started on their first day, and they're a great staff, great group. It was a hard ass workout yesterday, man.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll be just kind of going back and forth.
Got it. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, what's so like, we talked about I remember when you first came in, double unders were a struggle for you, and I think you worked with Kate a bit and really started practicing and training on that and got a lot better. Then you worked with Mike on your muscle up, and you got that. What's next? What do you want to? What box do you want to check next?
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I got that.
Well, I've seen you do a couple. How about that?
So yeah, my double unders kind of, I was telling Kate, I think I need another refresher.
Me too.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do like a small group session.
And
or
I'm
something.
trying to graduate from the heavier rope to the lighter rope, but I don't know. I'm just still, it's like hit and miss. It's okay. The muscle ups, I kind of tweaked my shoulder a little bit, but Mike and I will work more on that. I've done 3 of them.
Okay.
Considering I thought I would do none in my lifetime.
Yeah,
and I'll get back up there, but I kind of feel like I don't remember how I did it.
And if you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
I'm 55.
55.
Yeah.
First muscle ups at 55. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to look like Santa Claus. Decided. It's maybe instead of my chapter 2 being going to King 5, I'll just be Santa.
There you go.
More fit Santa.
You're right. So we have muscle ups. I mean, we're still working on improving that. Is there anything else that you're looking to accomplish?
No big crazy burning thing. I think a rope climb, an unassisted without the knots, maybe be good.
Yeah.
I just want to really refine what I've learned though too before I jump into something else.
Right.
I don't know. I did a mile prowler push. That was pretty horrible and great at the same time.
Terrible, yeah.
Thanks, Nikki. I think I just want to, honestly, Dan, I just want to maintain what I got. Right.
Yeah.
I'm not doing PRs. I don't want to put myself in a position where, because I'm getting older, right, injure myself. I'm not ready for legends, but I will be one day. But I just want to maintain what I have and stay strong and fit, and so that's really my broad goal.
Good. Well, as someone who was active throughout your whole life, and someone who actually exercised throughout your whole life, but still had sort of I don't know if you call it a fitness epiphany or a transformation, whatever you want to call it, 8 years ago, what would you say to those people who feel sort of stuck, who feel like maybe they're not doing anything, or maybe they are in the situation that you were in before, that they're doing stuff, but it's still not quite achieving the goal that they want to achieve? What advice would you give to them considering your journey?
Good question. The first word that comes to mind is commitment. And I've seen a lot of people come and go in CrossFit, in a lot of different places. And I get it, right? I mean, it's hard. And so just commit. And if you commit to it and you stick with it and you're consistent, coming once 1 week, 3 times the next week, not coming for 2 weeks, it just doesn't work. I've been doing it long enough to know what works. Yeah. For me anyway. And so consistent commitment, 3-4 days a week, if you can swing it. I mean, not everyone can, just with jobs and stuff. I like to come 5 days a week if I can, but it's not always possible. Right. And then focusing on quality over quantity or weight when it comes to movement. So, for form, I think that's really important. But that's kind of getting further into the weeds. I think it's just deciding, are you going to do it or aren't you going to do it? And if you're going to do it, go 100%. Because like I said, there were several times over the last 8 years where I thought I was going to barf. Never did. And felt horrible and sore and like, why am I doing this again? But I know why, because I love it. And, I feel great and I'm strong. So, commitment. Yeah. I mean, I think you nailed it. Like, consistency is king, right? If you just do something repeatedly over time, you'll start to see improvement from it. And a lot of times I was listening to a podcast the other day. They were talking about business. And the guy that was, this guy's a mentor of businesses, and he talks to a lot of people where they say, like, I don't get it. I've owned this business for 10 years. And so his question to them was, have you actually been running a business for 10 years, or have you been running the same business have you been running a business 1 year and making those same mistakes for 10 years? You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people do that with fitness too, right? So they start, they get a couple weeks in, and then something happens, life happens, or they get frustrated or whatever, and then they stop, and then they start again, and they stop, and they start again. And when they look back, they go, I've been doing this for 10 years, and there aren't really any results. But have you been, right? Is it consistent for 10 years, or has there been start and stops? Are you making the same mistakes you were making 10 years ago? Yeah. And so I think that's a good point, is that commit, be consistent, and let the process do what it does. Yeah, it's the definition of insanity, right? Doing everything the same way but expecting a different outcome. Right. Corny, cliche, sure, but it's true. It is absolutely. Yeah. Well, cool. Well, I would never change a thing. I'm super happy I just kind of fell into this whole crazy CrossFit thing. Yeah, I know. Same. This crazy cult, right? It's like, it's crazy when I look back and think I've been doing this for 13, 14 years now. It's hard to kind of wrap my head around, but I don't see myself doing anything different now. Well, a lot of people don't understand it, and there's a lot of stuff I don't understand. Yeah. But I understand it, and that's I'm sold. Cool. Well, thank you for coming on and sharing your story with us. It's been fun having you here on the regular for the last 14 months, and we'll miss you a little bit when you're over there, but we look forward to you coming back when you get to move back in your place in Port Ludlow. So thanks. Yeah. I'll be back. Thank you. Yes, thank you. Yeah, thanks for joining us. Be sure to hit like and subscribe so that you get all the updates when we post new videos. Thanks.